Receiving schools, here is your reference for today's lesson. Your strength, substrength, outcome, topic, materials, and your reference.
Good morning, HCs, receiving school students and teachers. Thank you. You may sit down. All right, receiving teachers. I reminded you that our lessons that we're working on now, we're doing now is for term 4s, or we are preparing our students, okay, for the exams. So we finished our term 3 unit, and we are now working on term 4's work, okay, looking at the skills, what skills we can teach to our children, okay? All right, receiving students and 8Cs. You might have experienced some good things and bad things in your life, all right? Special events, okay? Maybe example, your birthday, or you attended your sister's wedding, or a bride price. Not your bride price, but your sister's bride price, okay? Or one of your family members' bride price. Maybe something important happened in your life, okay? Or something special happened in your life. Can you please tell your friend, receiving students, what happened in your life and maybe when that special event occurred? All right, receiving students, 8Cs. So maybe in your groups you can have turns and tell your friends anything important that happened in your life, or any event that was special that you experienced. What was that? Yeah, the event, okay, any event that occurred in your life. All right, anything special? Was anything special? Was anything good? Anything sad that you experienced? Anything sad that you experienced that might have happened in your life? And maybe you can say when it occurred. Was it months ago, or was it years ago? All right. Can we have someone to tell us anything, or any volunteer to tell us something about their life? What happened? Anything exciting that they experienced? And when it happened, was it months ago or was it years ago? Okay, receiving students, you can also tell your friends. You can also tell the class what you experienced in your life. Anything that you experienced, or any event that took place. And was it months ago or years ago that it happened? Okay, can we have a volunteer? Anyone who'd like to tell us? All right, we'll have Michael. Very good. All right, everyone listen to Michael, please.
The saddest thing that happened to my life was, I think, about last month. One of my auntie passed away, and we had to go to the village and bury her. That was the saddest thing in my life. We all cried and shed tears among each of us. Yeah, that's the event that said to me. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Michael. All right. Okay, any more? Any other volunteers, please? Michael has already mentioned something.
That's actually that sad one. The saddest moment in my life was when earlier this year, my my auntie was sick and we were. I was in the bedroom, myself and my mom and my sister, and I was sitting near her bed when she passed away. That's the sad thing.
Okay. So when did that happen? Was that months ago or? Okay. Okay, thank you, Bronwyn. Okay. All right. Can we have everyone to look up here, please? Okay, so you should have events or you should have experienced, okay, events, things that happened in your life, all right, maybe months ago or even years ago, okay? Now everyone listen to this. Okay, it says when people think about periods of time in their daily lives, they tend to think in terms of hours or days or weeks. If someone asked you about something that happened a long time ago in your life, you would talk about some years or even months back. All right, for historians are people who study the past, all right? For historians, however, time can mean decades. What does decade mean? Okay, a period of 10 years, or it can even mean centuries, a period of 100 years, or even 1,000 or 1,000,000 years, okay? When historians want to tell the time, okay? All right, that brings us to our topic, timelines, okay? Quickly copy this topic into your exercise book, 8Cs and receiving students. Telling time, timelines. All right, quickly. All right, can I have Andy, please? Can you read this quickly? You read this out to the class.
Many people find that the easiest way to get a sense of time is to find a way in which they can look at it.
Which they can look at it, okay? Many people find that the easiest way to get a sense of time is to find a way in which they can look at it. Okay, next one. Paulus, can you read, please? Receiving students, you can also read. We have a volunteer, please.
The most common visual representation of time is a diagram called a timeline.
All right. The most common visual representation of time where you can see is a diagram called a timeline. All right. Can someone tell me what is a timeline? Receiving students, what is a timeline? In your own words, you can explain what a timeline is. What is it? You've already drawn timelines. Okay, you plotted down. Yeah, you've drawn timelines. What is it? Come on, just a simple definition of a timeline. Receiving students. Anyone wants to give a guess? Okay, Rose, thank you. We'll have Rose. Oh, sorry, Priscilla.
A timeline shows important events that happen in the past.
Oh, does anyone have a different idea? A different definition? Or your definition is with Priscilla's? Okay, a timeline. It reads, timelines illustrate events that have occurred during specific periods of time. All right? timelines, okay, they illustrate events that have occurred during specific periods of time. Okay, quickly you can copy that one down into exercise books. All right, finished? Okay, class read please. They are arranged. Okay, very good. Okay, so on any timeline, you'll find that the events, okay, in which the events they are arranged, okay, in order, all right, in order in which they occurred, all right, the events occurred, and they on a timeline. It also helps you to understand what happened, okay, in the past on your timeline, or it helps you to understand the events, the progression of events that happened in the past. All right. Now, sometimes on a timeline, you will find the initials BC and AD, right? BC and AD. What does BC stand for? Before Christ. Okay, before Christ. Yes, BC stands for before Christ. So maybe an event happened 3,000 years, or sometimes we might have on a timeline 1,000 BC. Okay, that's 1,000 years before Christ. Okay, AD. What does AD stand for? Yes. Some of you are saying you're saying the correct. Okay, AD. AD stands for the Latin. Okay, the Latin Anno Domini, which means in the year of the Lord. Sorry. Wait. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, AD. Okay, Anno Domini, which means in the year of the Lord. This indicates, okay, the events that happened after the birth of Christ. All right. Okay, so sometimes you'll find 1000 AD, okay? Oh, sorry, AD 1000, okay? 1000 years after the birth of Christ. All right. That's what AD stands for, okay? BC stands for before Christ, all right? Before Christ. AD, in the year of the Lord, indicates events that happened after the birth of Christ. All right, HCs and receiving students. So something like this, okay? Here. So this side here represents, okay, it stands before Christ. All right, these events happened before Christ. These events here to the what, right? Okay, AD, in the year of the Lord, or they indicate events that happened after the birth of Christ. All right, HCs and receiving students. So if you see anything like this on your timeline, you know that these events here, they happened before Christ. These events here, AD, happened after the birth of Christ. All right, so now you know what BC and AD means. Right, receiving students? Okay, that should be simple and clear. Very good. Okay, I'd like everyone to look up here, this timeline here. Okay, you already know what a decade is, right? You know what a decade is? Yes. Okay, a decade is a period of 10 years, more than 10 years. A century is, okay, a period of 100 years. All right, very good. Okay. Can I have you to get this one down, this timeline here, into your exercise book quickly? Because you're going to get these events down into your exercise book, which is on the other slide. But firstly, you get this one down first. You copy this timeline here into your workbook. Okay, receiving students, copy this timeline into your workbook. Don't forget, you try and leave some space here. Not too close. But it has to be equal, all right? If you want it 5 centimeters apart or 7 centimeters apart. Okay, have you finished with your timeline, copying it down? Okay, yes, 1900. All right, you finished? Yes. No need for you to put that stripe thing. You can maybe color it in, or it's up to you. Ismail, come on. You're supposed to be drawing up your timeline. Okay, good. You've done that. Okay. After you've copied your timeline, okay, these events, you're going to place them in the appropriate position. All right. These are the events. Okay, these 3 events here, you will have to place these events, those events, okay, onto your timeline. Make sure that it's in its right position. So World War I meaning 1914 to 1918. So what are you going to do here? World War I started 1914. World War I ended 1918. Okay. World War II, same with World War II. World War II started, or World War II begin 1939. World War II end 1945. Okay, same with the Vietnam War. All right. So those events, you're going to plot them onto your timeline that you've just drawn. So 1900, 1950, 2000. If you're not sure, please put your hands up and you ask, okay? If you're not sure of what is up here on the screen or what I'm just telling you, you're still confused, please put your hands up and ask. I'm sure you know what to do, okay? You have to estimate properly, okay? Estimate carefully where your dates, where your events are going to go. Don't make any wild guesses and just plot them anywhere. All right, you have to estimate. If it's 1914, where should 1914 go? Where should your arrow be pointing at? Will it be right here? No. You have to estimate carefully where 1914 will be, where 1918 will be, okay? Where 1939, 1945. So you make a good estimation. So receiving students, those events on the screen, you will plot them onto your timeline. Okay, who's finished? 1914, World War I. That's when the war started. Okay, very good. We have someone here who's finished. Okay. Okay, anyone finished here, this group? World War One. Okay. So you can, 1914, that's when World War One started. All right. So you must indicate World War One started because there are 2 dates. There are 2 dates.
Sinuri, sinuri, sinuri ibido. Onumiti malo. Ukurila ningut. Nurila kawaii. Sinuri, sinuri, sinuri ibido. Ti ukunilo. Fena mafena. Fena nulo. Fena mafena. Fena nulo. Fena mafena. Fena nulo. Mafena fena. Okore nazik. Unaka tipi. Fena mafena. Within a nulo. Yewanino nulo. Okiti tangu. Titangu kibo. Fena mafena. Within a nulo. Ini naka nulo. Fena mafena. Fena nulo. Fena mafena. Fena nulo. Fena mafena. Fena nulo. Mafena fena. Kuluini mama mafena. 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 Hey domodom. Nepenenot. Aminu minu si ibido. Ini ngutu. Okurino dib. Ningu niu kibo. Aminu minu ki ibido. Ikiri buju. Fena mafena. Fena nulo. Fena mafena. Fena nulo. Fena mafena. Fena nulo. Mafena fena.
Steven. Okay. But he didn't write the date. Yeah, that's Stephen. Yeah, you see, if they read your timeline, how will they know what happened on your timeline? They'll just see the figures there, but they won't know what happened. If people are to read your timeline, you understand what I'm saying? They'll just see the numbers there, the figures, the years, But they'll say, what happened at this time? Okay. So, yeah. Paulus. Raymond, you finish? Let me see. Okay. Okay, some have finished. I don't know about you others. All right. Hands up if you have finished, please. It says hands up if you have finished. Okay, very good. Hands down. Okay, on your timeline, HCs and receiving students, remember if a person wants to see your timeline, all right, your timeline has to be clear, okay? Has to be clear so that person can read what type of event occurred and when it occurred, all right? So if you only write your date, then that person will not know what happened during that time. So it's good that you write the event and also the year, okay? Also indicate the year, which you have already. So here, on your timeline, okay, World War I started, all right? Or World War I begins 1914. And then that arrow, it already indicates 1914. Are you clear, HCs? Same with World War I ended, okay? 1918, that this arrow here indicates the year 1918. All right. Okay, same with the next one, World War II. So World War II World War II started 1939. All right. 1939. World War II ended. What year? 1945. Okay? Same with Vietnam War, all right? 1965 and 1973. Hey, are you clear? I hope your timeline shows the correct information because I don't want to check those timeline and see all sorts of rubbish on your timeline, okay? All right? Like I said, if I am to check through your timeline, I must make sure that you have your events there and also the years indicated. Right. Okay, so receiving students, receiving teachers, you can check your students' work, check their timeline to see if they did their timelines correctly, and you can correct their work. Okay. So let's see a timeline. Okay, a timeline again. Timeline illustrates events that have occurred during specific periods of time. All right, and timelines are arranged in order, okay, in which the events occurred, and they also help you to understand the progression of events in the past. So we know what happened, okay, with the war, World War I and World War II, and also Vietnam War. Okay, we'll stop here, 8Cs and receiving students. But again, please, your timelines should be neatly done into your exercise books so that later we can correct your work. All right, 8Cs and receiving students, receiving teachers, our keyword for today is timeline. Okay, good. Thank you, 8Cs and receiving students, for participating today.
Receiving schools, here is your reference for your next lesson. Your strand, substrand, outcome, topic, materials, and your reference.